What we're cultivating here is what we call rugged individualism. This is what we want to do. And it's our story, and we're sticking to it, aren't we, Sarah?
Back to the village. In the village, all this happened. You had singers, you had painters.
We're the lucky village members.
Audacity. Okay?
In terms of just simplifying.
Yeah, just go for it. Produce and go.
Sometimes the thing that's bothering you is not the thing that needs to be fixed. You fix something else and suddenly your problem area disappears.
Introduce our lovely presenters, Bob and Sarah.
Thanks for coming. I'm Sara Genn, and this is my dad, Bob, and we're both artists. I'm primarily an abstract painter. My dad is a landscape painter. It is fun to sort of try and make those two approaches in such a subject-rich environment like Hollyhock, to make varying degrees of representational paintings. And at the same time, our group is very willing to sort of make a departure from that and see if they can go into their internal worlds.
I'm trying to make an interesting design is what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to do something that is out there. Paintings are what is to be seen. They're not necessarily what is actually seen. But if we can convey and get the environment here, we'll have something. As a matter of fact, if you tell everything about everything, it becomes boring. So you want to just do enough to indicate the nature of what we're looking at. These little ball-shaped objects that are running up and down on either side of the main stem, being delineated with the colors that are in around behind them. Half close your eyes and say, what is going on?
You are unapologetic about the fact that you're making a painting. And it's a painting first. It's an archaic, ancient, simple technology. It has almost no technology, and we're still doing it. How to do that without killing it. Yes. Better to be 15, 20% underworked than 1% overworked. Just stop. Dad and I were working in the Rocky Mountains once, and for fun, he set up a camera, and we played the video for fun to watch ourselves. And Dad's like, doop, like completely relaxed in this like semi-comatose mode. And I was like on the ground looking and I looked like I was in a panic. I look at him working and I think, I've got to slow down. I need to take my time. You know, it's called the parasympathetic nervous system. Rest and digest. And the sympathetic nervous system is panic and run away from the saber-toothed tiger that's chasing you down the savannah, right? Rest and digest. And you might just leave your strokes alone and let them be their perfect, imperfect selves.
I've noticed that in a lot of the artists that I've admired and met and known and who have mentored me and have helped me over the years, they have a sense of entitlement and a strong sense of self-worth. They may be extremely humble in the face of their work, but they also have a strong sense that they can do it. One of the ways of bringing this about is to have two easels. One easel that you work at, where you are confident and you know exactly what you're doing, and a secondary easel where you put your work when it's finished or half finished, and then you can go and look at it with another ego, an ego that says you've got a lot to learn and that you may even be hopeless. But you want to try to yin and yang between those two, preserving that false illusion of yourself as being superior.
When paintings go out into people's homes, it's an honor. They're living their lives with the work, and they're spending more time in contemplation with that work than it spent in my studio being made. And if they've chosen something of mine, that's an honor. Something that we're all doing is we're growing publicly, and you can't wait until you think you're batting 10 out of 10 every day, and it's okay to know that something you did at 19 that went out in the world has its value as its time and place when you were there, and something that you do at 40 is going to have a whole different context and quality and value.
I've tried to figure out what to say to people. Everybody needs something different, but the most valuable thing I've ever heard of is go to your room. I did my real learning after I got out of school. I went to a room, I rented a room, and I lived in that room for 6 months. And I hate to tell you, but I had a really lovely, cute little girlfriend at the time by the name of Andrea, and she came and knocked on the door of my studio, and I had one of those wobbly glass, like a bathroom glass on the front door. And I could see this vision of loveliness on the other side of the glass. I didn't open the door. I didn't let her into my life. I can't believe that I had so much character in those days that I could withstand this sort of thing. And yet in that room, I knew that I was becoming an artist. And I knew that I could hack it after that. So if you want to get good, and you can bring yourself to a small room, it doesn't have to be anything fancy, but it's your own particular place, and it is the place where you can work and thrive.
Having a parent who's happy in their work and happy in their life choice is a powerful subliminal influence on a bunch of kids. I have a twin brother who's a film and television director, and an older brother who's a rock producer. And we have a little joke in our family that if we had gone home and announced that we wanted to go into chartered accountancy, we might have been disowned. So we're actually conformists, I think, the three of us. And also I would say when asked about how much heavy-handedness there may have been on us as children, like direction, I would say from my dad I got very, very little direction. My mom was kind of a tiger mom scheduler, and my dad was you know, if it were up to me, we'd let the lawn grow into a meadow. We don't need to mow the lawn. And so somehow between the two of them, we got a few handy 10,000 hours skills, and we also got a lot of free time. The only real tangible direction I got from Dad growing up was that there was always art supplies on hand, and I was always welcome to toddle down to his studio and get paper.
One of the things that keeps me going, and you might take heart from this, is the desire and the ability and the sometimes succeeding to make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. And that is to wrestle with something that is bad. Sometimes when you're playing cards against yourself, you can actually deal yourself some bad cards and try to work it out. That's one of the beautiful challenges of life. And as long as you're interested in this business of trying to work out the puzzle, you'll keep at it, keep going, keep joyful. Paintings are what is to be seen. They're not necessarily what is actually seen. But if we can convey and get the environment here, we'll have something. Half close your eyes and say, what is going on? So you want to just do enough to indicate the nature of what we're looking at.
Suddenly being really present in what I was doing, it was very powerful.
Magic to be able to watch it all and listen to it all and be part of it without actually being one of the singers or one of the painters. Incredible experience.
As if there's a remembering how to be humans together. Yeah. Like going right back to the beginning of humanity.
Back to the village.
Yeah.
this kind of singing may well be why singing evolved among humans. It gets us beyond that illusion of separation and gets us working more like a flock of geese or a hill of ants.
There's some evidence that singing started before people started speaking.
Indeed, yes.
I just want to say this is the first time in 16 years of coming here that this kind of collaboration between groups has happened for me. I'm thrilled.
Right.
It's what I always thought about Hollyhock. Like, this is one of the beauties of this place. It's small, it's intimate, we're in related kind of forms. And it's been so great to go around the land and you're all painting. Like, first thing in the morning, you're out there with your easels painting. Very inspiring for us.
Artists are a classy bunch of people. Particularly painters. Highly evolved.
The flowers.
That was fantastic. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, that was outrageous.
It does actually show you the difference between the immediate, visceral, emotional impact of music and the collaborative nature of music as an art form in comparison to painting.
Yeah,
Painting
we're a bunch of loners.
Lonely, and it can become so intellectual. It can become so.
Well, you can sing alone too. You can sing alone, but singing together.
It's sensual and visceral and immediate and emotional, and it can bring you to tears, or as Inga says, it can raise your body temperature. It can send chills through your body in seconds.
I got a bit of that.
You just want to weep.
And you look at all these people with all their different backgrounds.
I know. And abilities and talents.
Captains of industry,
and
probably.
Contexts and
Zen-like Buddhists.
It's awesome.
Food-like Zenists.
Food like Zen.